Today I want to tell you a story, a real story. Uh, the theme being still the same, waiting. At that time, I was in Nigeria and I was working with the ministry, the Christian Ministry of Deliverance, that was called Reality of Christ Ministries. And I had gone to the headquarters that at that time, 1990, was Umuahia. And I was supposed to come back home, and that was several hours of travel. So I'd stayed there for a while for ministry, and then I was to come back home. And the way normally I traveled, because I had no transport, was to go to the what we call the car park, that is the public transport place, the garage, or they called it too, and then get into one of these transport vehicles. Usually there were two types. There were 404 Peugeot that was allowing four passengers, three behind and one in front, or you take the station wagon that was collecting seven passengers. And when you arrive at the car park, you have to wait until the vehicle you want to travel with is full, because they won't travel until the place is full. And so people arrive usually one by one or sometimes two by two, and then enter, and gradually the vehicle fills up. And the longer you wait, obviously, the longer it will take you to go to your destination. So I arrived there, and it was already mid-afternoon, and I was quite keen to reach before the end of the daytime. And remember that that place usually had, because we were quite close to the equator, which meant that 6:30 p.m., depending of the season, whether dry season or rainy season, night will come very quickly too. So I reached there, and I was always praying that God would direct me. But my focus shifted when I arrived, because I was really focused on leaving as soon as possible. I just saw the vehicle ready to go. It was full. They were about to close the doors. And I protested and said, "Come, take me." And they said, "No, madam, there is no space." And at that time, I was weighing 42 kg. I was very slim. So I started arguing with them instead of keeping quiet and boarding the following vehicle. I said, "No, see, look, I'm so small. I'm sure people can shift and give me space." And they looked at me, and obviously they had sympathy also, because they could feel that I was not quite a foreigner, but at that time I was also, looking like somebody that was important. So they sympathized and said, "Oh, okay," and people protested very lightly, but moved a bit, made space for me. I entered, and the vehicle left. And then we started driving. And very soon, my husband had a car and I had a car, but normally I don't use my car for traveling out of town. So at least I knew I was a driver. So as soon as we left, within 3 minutes, I noticed that there was a very strange noise in the engine. And I told the driver, "There is something wrong with your engine." And there was a silence in the car. Then people said, "Yes, driver." Everybody started voicing concern. And the man dismissed it and said, "That's all right, no problem." And we were all used to vehicles that were, patch, like they said. It was kind of part broken. It was very old vehicles they used. So we kept quiet, and then we left town, and we arrived at a place where there was the road was on one side of the road by the left, there was a hill, quite a hill. The other side, there was a big gully that was a slope that was moving to a valley and quite deep. All of a sudden, the car that was driving the car was driving, and normally we drive right in Nigeria. Now that car started shifting to the left, which was dangerous, yeah. But it was strange that the car was doing that. We had no time to think between that, and all of a sudden the car started veering to the right. And the driver was fighting with his steering. And one of the people in the car started shouting, "Jesus! Jesus!" I forgot what the others were doing or saying. All I was seeing was the car moving. To me, it was like a slow motion. And it was looking like a film. I couldn't make out, what happened. Obviously, it lasted for just a few seconds. And then we found ourselves on the right and then in the grass. And thankfully, the story of the accident stopped there. The car stopped. And at that time, I started recovering. I wanted to jump through the window, and the man said, "Just relax, just relax. Everything is okay." Nobody was injured. And he opened the doors, everybody got out, and he called. People had started stopping to help, because there was always concern, because accidents were so frequent on those roads. So, goodwill people took us one by one to our different destinations, and we all reached. I think the man also dashed them some money to help. And ever since, I remember this experience. And I had to really stop and say, "Father, I'm so, so, so sorry. It is all my fault. That car was not meant for me. I was not meant to be part of an accident that could have turned bad. I was just supposed to wait a bit and board another vehicle that would have taken me safely to my destination, and in fact, without wasting time." So, when you are in such a situation and things seem not to move according to your desire, just relax. Stop. Like God said, be still. Be still and know that I am God. He is the one in control, not me, not you. Bless you.